look who's here. I'm dog sitting my nephew's dog, Kiddo. And it's a good puppy, a really good puppy. He always wants to be on top of me. Man, trying to sleep with this poor dog, and he's crying. He wants to get up on my bed. I got his little bed, and it was tough. I brought him up on my bed. I didn't want to, but it wouldn't stop crying. What can you do? Anyway, King Dinosaur, the king of all the dinosaurs, all around the universe, not just planet Earth. There's dinosaurs on planet Earth. I don't know if you know that, but they never died. Nope, I know this for a fact. Loch Ness Monster's real too, still alive. I think it's about 1.5 billion years old by now. Anyway, check it out. Almost Human Laboratory did the AI here. So we got AC/DC. For those about the rock, I said, make it look old and make it look like plastics on it. And at Budokan, I said, make it look new. And look at that. They're great. They're great at what they do. All right, so, yeah, man, I got to tell you, I'm more of a fan of that Budokan. And that is the very first AC/DC album I ever heard. When it was new, my friend Yai bought it. And I'll never forget the first time he played me, and I was like, wow, those vocals are weird, man. He sounds like an alien. I didn't quite get it the first time I heard Bond. Now he's like my hero, and I love his voice. Shows you how stupid I was back then. All right, so we got Riff Raff versus Hello There. They're both ripping openers, but I gotta go with AC/DC on that one. Riff Raff. All right, next. Hello There. No, wait. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be versus Come On, Come On. Love them both, but you know what? I'm going with Cheap Trick on that one. That's one of probably the perfect pop rock songs. The most perfect pop rock song they ever wrote, I feel. Hell yeah. Come On, Come On rules. It wins. All right, next. Bad Boy Boogie versus Look Out. That was tough. I was like, damn, they're both so good, but I'm giving the very slight edge to Bad Boy Boogie. Very slight. All right, next. The Jack versus Big Eyes. Yeah, you know, man, the Jack, the different version, the groove. It's amazing. One of the best songs on there, but Big Eyes wins. It's a better song, in my opinion. Big Eyes is amazing. Man, what a song. All right, next. Problem Child versus Need Your Love. Man, both amazing as well, but you know what? I'm going with AC/DC on that one. On Problem Child. All right, let's pick a random album, right? I can't, because the AI is in the way. Right here. This episode being brought to you by King Dinosaur and... yes, this is a great live album. What's the name of it again? Carp Noctum. This is a Armored Saint. And it brings a poster, I remember. I think it's like a splatter vinyl, though. That don't matter. I know it matters for a lot of you. I prefer black, but whatever. Great. They put all the songs on here that weren't on that other live album, Saints Will Conquer. Good stuff, man. Hell yeah. Armored Saint rules. March of the Saint. All right, now we go to side 2. And this dog is hanging on. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody. He said hi. All right, side 2. Whole Lot of Rosies versus Ain't That a Shame. Tough one again, but I gotta go with Whole Lot of Rosie on that one, man. Angus. Ripping. You know, but I will say, I do like the studio version more. Let There Be Rock. I gotta check to see if I've done a review of that album, because I love Let There Be Rock. Alright, Whole Lot of Rosie wins. Next, Rock and Roll Damnation versus I Want You to Want Me. I'm going with Rock and Roll Damnation. I love I Want You to Want Me. It's the hit and so on, but it's a good scuffle pop rock song. But yeah, I gotta go with Rock and Roll Damnation. All right, next, High Voltage versus Surrender. You know, man, if I was to put them against each other, studio version, Surrender would win. But not here. I think the live version of High Voltage rips. It's better. And I think the studio version of Surrender is better than the one on Budokan. But I love them both. Yeah, I'm giving that one to AC/DC. Next, Let There Be Rock versus Goodnight Now. Come on. Let There Be Rock would be my favorite song off the live album. Rips with the guitar solo. Phil Rudd. You know, I used to do a radio station, a college radio station with a bunch of, like, you know, people that were like into the death metal stuff. And they would use Phil Rudd as an example as a bad drummer. They would say, oh, that guy sucks. He's like Phil Rudd. Shit like that. And I'm like, you know what? Get your Pete Sandoval from Morbid Angel. Get him. Have him play Let There Be Rock that long, pounding on the drums that long, his arm would fall off. Shut the fuck up. Phil Rudd's one of the greatest drummers ever. And I'm giving it to Let There Be Rock. You know, good night now and whatever. All right, now we end it with The Rocker versus Clock Strikes 10. I'm definitely give it, without a doubt, the best song on that Budokan. That version. I think, man, Budokan became such a hit because the way it ends too, man. I mean, it's such an amazing, ripping ending with, you know, on the drums, Mr. Bunny Carlo. Killer song, killer version, best song on that Budokan, and it wins. So King Dinosaur, this here's the final score. You know, yeah. Luck of the draw, people. I like that Budokan more, but whatever. That's how I feel. How do you feel? Do you feel like I do? Do you feel like I do? Thank you so much. This is the final score, King Dinosaur. Hey, that rhymed. This is the final score, King Dinosaur. So there you go, man. I already did the final score thing. I did it twice. But anyway, thank you so much, King Dinosaur. You rule, my friend, and everybody out there watching now, you all rule as well. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and ring that little notification bell, and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithm. So stay frosty, listen to Black Sabbath, and smack 'em up.